Welcome everyone inside the historic Yost Theater. It's that time once again for Get Down MMA. We're back with Get Down 8. Can you believe it? I'm Todd Kennelly along with Rob Abreu, and what another great night of action we have. Some of the returning favorites of Get Down stepping back into the cage tonight. When we return, a battle in the 125-pound weight division as two great wrestlers put their skills on display. Randy Sosa takes on Carl Rollins, and it's coming up next on Get Down 8. Welcome back to Get Down 8 as we get set for our second big fight of the night. We take a look at the tail of the tape, brought to you by VersaClimber. Randy Sosa makes his MMA debut tonight in the Get Down cage. He was a phenomenal high school wrestler, but will that be enough for him to pick up a victory tonight? His opponent, Carl Nohea Rollins, the native of Hawaii, erupted onto the scene here at Get Down like a volcano with a round one rear naked choke win. Can he keep the momentum going tonight? Let's head to the cage. Great action in our first fight, dynamic knockout. What does our second fight have in store in the 125-pound division? Bell sounds, and here we go. Carl Rollins fighting out of the blue corner. We've seen him before here at Get Down. He takes on Randy Sosa in red.
Yeah, Sosa's first amateur MMA fight. Again, Carl Rollins, last time we saw him out, choking out Joseph Pisano very impressively in the first round.
Yeah, made short work of him. We'd love to keep that momentum going and stay undefeated. Nice takedown there by Rollins, by Nohea, the Hawaiian native, now living down in San Clemente, California, who's got him all tied up here, up close to the cage, trying to take the back now.
Very close to securing both hooks here against Randy Sosa. Very impressed by Carl Rollins, able to secure that takedown. Randy Sosa, 4 years varsity at Santa Ana High School, wrestled all 4 years, actually took fourth his senior year.
And you'll recall how he got that victory last time out with the rear naked choke. Looks like he might be well on his way to do it again, getting the hooks in, trying to get control of the back here and maybe try and cinch that choke in if he gets an opportunity.
Very early on in the fight, both fighters not slippery. It's a quality time to lock up a submission. As we see, Sosa escaped. Sosa led his Santa Ana High School team in escapes and takedowns his senior year.
Sure did. Now trying to get the dominant position here is Sosa. Can he turn this thing around? Back to a vertical base after being taken down early on by Rollins, and Rollins looking to secure yet another takedown.
He could get mounted here, Todd. Look, there's an armbar there. And Sosa could turn belly down. Oh, he's out.
Good action back and forth. Look back to that incredible scramble we had in our first fight. Now bringing the knees now is Rollins, trying to crash into that midsection of Sosa like the waves on the North Shore of Oahu, trying to take him down again, but this time Sosa able to defend.
Let's see what Sosa can do. He circled off here. Ooh, end of the round.
Back and forth action in our first round. We will return with round two right after this on Get Down 8. Back with more action. Round two, 125-pound weight division battle here. And look at that Superman punch attempt by Rollins, and then quickly tries to change levels to take down Sosa as we start round two. Your thoughts on the fight so far, Rob?
Well, so far, Carl Rollins, Nohea, is winning this fight. More aggressive, dominating the grappling, pushing Randy Sosa up against the cage. Definitely got the first round for Nohea. He's looking very strong here early on in the second round.
Yeah, in terms of the judges scoring, just controlling the pace of the bout and aggression, so important. But when he's had him down on the ground, hasn't been able to do a whole lot with him yet.
And we see that a lot of time in the amateur fights. You even see in the high levels of the UFC. It's very tempting when you get a guy's back and you're a jiu-jitsu practitioner to rush in and try to secure the choke. What you should really do is you try to flatten him out, soften your opponent up with punches, and then sink in the choke.
And now we see here that Rollins has that body lock in. He's got the midsection scissor, trying to get that figure four body lock and continue to go to work. Now looking to strike. And again, do you think his game plan here to find that window of opportunity to sink in the rear naked?
Without a doubt. We saw him do it the first time out against Joseph Pisano. Actually locked up that rear naked choke without having the hooks in. But I believe Randy Sosa is going to be a better grappler than Joseph Pisano. So Carl Rollins is going to really have to do something technically superior to lock in this rear naked choke.
And he might be scoring points, but when you think of the energy factor here, and we still have one round to go after this second round, if this fight continues, how much energy is Rollins using trying to secure this submission to no avail thus far?
This is where the first fight he had comes back and plays a huge factor. Had this been his first fight, possibly he could have overused his energy in trying to secure the choke. Here he's staying calm and relaxed. He knows he's winning the fight, so there's no real reason to push too hard here.
Inside 10 seconds now. Impressed with Sosa as well. He's kept his poise. He's hung in there, and he'll make it to round 3, the third and final decisive round, as we return here right after this on Get Down 8. Get Down 8 rages on, third and final round. Is this one going to go the distance? So far, certainly you would have to think that the cage control and the aggression on the side of Rollins, but he eats a shot by Sosa as we start round 3.
A good start to the third round by Sosa. Huge right hand. He's really going to have to do something drastic here. He's going to have to finish Carl Rollins if he hopes to win this fight. Even if he wins this round, he's going to lose the decision.
He's really got to finish. You got to think that he's down 2 rounds to none at this point. So sense of urgency now by Randy Sosa, who has opened up this third round with strikes, as Rollins now just stalking his prey, trying to get him down on the mat again to control the pace. Can he secure a takedown?
Been really impressed with Sosa's defense, but he's not been able to manage any offense in this fight. Carl Rollins looks a little tired here. If Randy Sosa could pick up the pace and try to stand this fight back up, he'll have an opportunity to finish the fight.
Well, you talked about Rollins maybe overexerting himself in that second round, looking for the submission. Right now, it looks to me as Sosa's the fresher of the 2 fighters, trying to pepper him here with some shots on the ground as he works now out of the guard of Rollins.
Rollins' mouth is wide open, was shooting in for a double leg there, pulled guard out of just sheer exhaustion. Randy Sosa's really going to have to turn it up here. He can't just let Carl Rollins control his posture. He's got to break those arms, posture up, and rain down some nasty ground and pound.
And has the makings of a simple choke here as well. He's got the forearm across the throat. He can sink the other arm underneath. Yeah, like you mentioned, really got to posture up here and unload. And if Rollins is breathing heavy when your mouth's open, does that not make you more susceptible to the knockout finish?
Without a doubt, your jaw's hanging down low. I always say open. That's why you want to keep your mouth clenched when you're fighting, mouth closed, so that jaw isn't open to get hit with strikes.
Inside 10 seconds now, a much better round for Sosa, but it might be a case of too little too late. If he can't finish him in the final seconds, one more big shot for good measure, but will it be enough in the eyes of the judges? We'll find out when we return with our official decision right after this on Get Down 8. Welcome back to Get Down 8. After our first fight saw a first round knockout finish, our second fight went the distance. Rollins and Sosa, your thoughts on how the judges might have seen this one?
I think Carl Rollins has locked up a victory here, but you never know when it goes to the judges. And like we said, pretty much a grappling match with not a lot of damage, so the fight can truly go either way.
Well, we won't have to wait long. Ring announcer Angelo Trinidad in the cage to make it all official. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official decision, all 3 judges scored this fight 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision, Carl Rollins!
Carl, no hey, Rollins, a little hang loose there. He's feeling good after another victory as we take a look back now at the fight recap brought to you by VersaClimber.
And it was the takedowns and wrestling of Carl Rollins that dominated this fight. We see the back position here, also secured mount position in the second round there for a minute. Wasn't able to secure a rear naked choke or inflict a lot of damage upon Randy Sosa, but scored points with the dominant grappling. And really there wasn't much Randy Sosa could amount in terms of offense.
You saw Rollins there trying to come up from underneath and pepper him with some strikes. So again, the control and the aggressiveness in the first 2 rounds really dominated by Rollins, who just stayed on him the entire time, was able to grind him out in those first 2 rounds.
And we see it late in the third round. Rollins tired, trying to secure that final double leg, but ends up pulling guard here. And Randy Sosa finally begins to mount with some sorts of offense in this fight.
Sosa had definitely won that third round in my eyes, was more aggressive with the striking. But with the first 2 rounds, he just dug a hole too deep to climb out of, too little too late, as we mentioned. And ultimately, despite these strikes at the end here by Sosa, ultimately it was Rollins that picked up the unanimous decision victory.
Hi everyone, winners area.
Good to see you too.
This is your second win now here at Get Down. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I'm a little tired, I won't lie. My opponent was a tough guy. He knew what to do, so I had a little hard time, but pulled out the win. Now I just got to take a deep breath.
It was definitely one of those fights where we didn't know who was going to win or not. Do you feel like you really won that fight?
I felt like I won just because of the first 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds kind of solidified it. Third round, he had me going for a second, so it was a good fight.
Well, you have a ton of people out here supporting you, so many friends and family, I'm assuming. What's next for you? Do you plan to continue fighting amateur?
Yes, ma'am. You know, just keep doing what I got to do, keep chipping away one step at a time and see where it takes me.
Well, maybe next time you'll get a title fight here at Get Down. Is that what you're shooting for?
Hopefully, yes, ma'am. I'd just like to say one thing before we end this real quick. I want to say thank you to my coaches, Adam Watts, Daniel Funaki, everyone at Fight Strong, my family, my mom, my brother Benji. Couldn't have done it without any of them.
Thanks so much, Carl. Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a good one.